Welcome back to News Insight. Will I say, effulgence of Labour suddenly in the last election now makes them think that they are very special people. Well, I think they are special in their own eyes. But Labour has been there for quite a while. I think for over 20 years we have had Labour Party. But they've never really made inroad the way they made last year. And it's as a result of the fact that Peter will be aligned with them. That can't be denied. Now, the chairman of the party came up and said that they've zoned the presidential ticket to Igbo. But all of a sudden, they are speaking from two sides of the mouth.
Yeah, the politicians are very good with trying to get it from both sides. Sometimes they are planned, sometimes it just happens. Oh, throw this statement, whenever we need it, we can make reference to it. Then counter it again like this, whenever we need it, we can make reference to it. Okay, Abure, in trying to get accepted by all factions of Labour Party, you know, B is a token you have to dangle. When you dangle Obi, anybody that was behaving like this will come. So in order to dangle that Obi must get the ticket, I don't think Obi is suffering from, like you have said earlier, many parties in Nigeria would give Obi tickets. So trying to dangle the ticket, when you say Southeast, we are zoning it to Southeast, I can assure you no other person will contest it with Obi. They're not born you. You won't even try it. So that's that. So he's trying to gain acceptance from all. Yeah, he's still the legitimate party, national party chairman. Yes. He's trying to get that alignment with P2B and all that. Now, to also not offend people and also not to preempt the future. You know, tomorrow is mystery. Nobody knows tomorrow. So the National Publicity Secretary, Obi Oraifo, has come out to say, that people did not ventilate the statement of Abure correctly. That what he meant is that Igbos could still use this opportunity to realize their presidency. You know, at the end of the day, explaining what people had, and you are not an interpreter to that person.
And it's not Abure that came to counter what he said.
No.
Someone else.
That's what I'm telling you. It's a game. There's always a political game everywhere. But I think it's the right time Labour Party put their house in order, not necessarily to fly alone, so that when going to the discussion table, they will actually be in order.
Okay, I will come to you on Labour Party because you see, it looks as if, Philip, that all parties, beyond the House of Assemblies, all parties are having their own pepper soup in their mouth at the moment. What do you think about Labour? Do you think they can fly the way they are right now? Or they will even be accepted into the alliance, if there is any alliance?
Well, I'm not speaking for Labour Party, but neither do I speak against them, but for the antecedent.
Yes.
Labour Party is a sinking boat. You know, when a boat is sinking, you have to throw some certain things in the boat overboard to save the boat. What Abure had done is to save the boat of Labour Party towards 2027. You know, in one forum, Abure came out boldly to say that Obi and the only governor of Labour Party, they are having automatic ticket for 2027. 2 days later, he came out to say that the Labour Party has zoned the presidency ticket to the Southeast. And the issue came up and we discussed it here. I said, look, this is face-saving thing.
Yes.
Like he said, because the future is blink. Nobody can speak of the future.
At this moment.
At this moment, the National Publicity Secretary of the party came out and said, that's not what the chairman of the party meant. What he said that the Igbo can still realize their ambitions of governing the country with the Labour Party. Why are they dancing left, right?
Speaking with both mouths.
You see, Labour Party is struggling to survive. And I see them not surviving 2027. Like he said, the only thing that will make Labour Party survive if Obi flies their ticket. And they are aware of it. They are very much aware of it. And that is why what we are seeing today is playing out. Because, like you said, Labour Party has been around for such a long time. Where was Labour Party? Nobody knows Labour Party. That is why you have what played out with Abure and what is his name?
The other faction.
This Yoruba man, I can't remember his name.
Is it the Yoruba man or this former minister from Kaduna State that they were recognizing as?
There's one Yoruba name there who said is the factional chairman of Labour Party. Akpapa, yes. So that's what they are, because they were not proper structures until the emergence of Obi and the obedient movement. And I think they were carried away at some point. So they were now flexing muscle with the Obi and the obedient. When they now came to realization a few weeks ago, they started making this statement. And this is what is playing out.
If Obi pulls out of Labour, which it looks like as it is right now, there's no official statement to that yet, but it looks so. Would there be Labour Party?
One of the greatest gifts to Labour Party was the integration of obedient movement into Labour Party. And one of the greatest challenge Labour Party is having is inability to integrate obedient into Labour Party.
Is it on purpose?
Yes, you can't remove it from Obi's personality as a person. Okay, you know, people have different yardstick of risk. People have different style of leadership. Okay, Obi's kind of leadership was to maintain his identity with him without integrating it excessively with any other thing. You know, and that's also one of the reasons people said when he was a governor of Anambra State, he was virtually running everything himself. Okay, because he tries to maintain his integrity, he tries to maintain his personality, he wants to
because everything will still come back to his table.
Everything, the whole box stopped at his table. So he didn't want to diffuse. Imagine somebody that ran on a party ticket, okay, still coming out few weeks after, a few months after, saying, oh, there are obedience across all
platforms. That doesn't rely with Labour alone.
You understand? Meanwhile, you run with Labour. So he wants to maintain that. As far as Obi wants to maintain that, remain fluid and remain strong. You know, it's a flip side. He's strong internally, he's fluid so that we can move. We can go here and there. It works. And in some cases, it has worked for Labour, but at the end of the day,
I've not seen personally in assessing the whole situation. I've not seen that fluidity work for the party, and also if it will ever work for Obi.
Yeah, you see, like we said, there's every election brings different lesson to us.
Yes.
It has probably not worked for anybody. Asewaji is president today because he remained where he was.
Yes.
Okay, but in last election, nobody gave Labour Party a chance. That election also told us that people are interested to vote TTC as a party if Obi is there.
Yes.
Then, so people are now going more for individual rather than the party structure per se. You understand? So the fluidity that we are having, even in the dynamics we're having and the lessons we're learning from each election to another one, is becoming difficult to rely completely on the past to say this will happen or not.
Well, Philip, what I've seen, I can learn from what you're saying now, and I can see that there could be some things ahead. Now, what we have seen, for example, from people like Jagaban, is the fact he stayed in one place and tried to control, which has worked. But I should have thought that if the structure of the political party were maintained, because you know we've said it, that a lot of them that won election in Labour
have gone.
You see, that's almost like starting from the scratch. If there was a structure, and also we have had other elections that they would have used to strengthen either the Obi movement, but that's not so. Don't you think it's a problem?
The problem, I have said it before, the Labour Party was nowhere and is still nowhere because there are no structures.
But what of the obedient personality?
Obi has told you that obedient is cut across party, that he himself is the obedient. And the people, the obedient themselves, they don't recognize any party but Obi. That is why if Obi contests under SDP today, the obedient will move into SDP. So this is what is playing out. Like he said, you know, every party has every election comes with its own, you know, result.
Yeah.
You see that Jagaban succeeded in remaining in one place.
Yes.
You cannot
It
even
could
say
change.
entirely that Jagaban remains in one place because he was from AD to ACN and then APC. It's not, it doesn't mean you should have maintained his AD or ACN. So
No. The AD and the ACN.
Whatever it is.
Yeah, I understand there's some dynamism involved, no matter how you look at it. It's a rebranding, and integration, and expansion.
That's when it came to APC.
And coalition.
So what I'm saying,
Yes.
that may work for Jagaban.
Yes.
Obio might be his own style.
Exactly.
And it worked for him, even though we didn't get the desired result. You can see that it worked for him. People follows Obi because of his integrity and his personality, not because of the party platform he belongs to. You understand? So I think it will work for Obi if he remains strong on his personality and his character.
Okafor, you are a managerial person. You are someone that manage both people and
resources.
And you also know that people need to work with other people.
That's right.
We have not seen this character in the personality of Obi. Because you mentioned something.
Yeah.
You said the buck stops at his table. And also, he's hands-on in everything. Don't you, because it could look as if that's what's happening to Nigeria now. Lagos was just one state that Jagaba was managing.
Run over, but
now,
you know, I tell people there was one time I took my son for a soccer training. The coach have this beautiful training pitch, very small, just slightly bigger than this studio, you know, but each time they want to do the main game, they move to a bigger pitch.
Yes.
And these children will be very tired after the game. Yes. One day I came to the coach, I said, not to intrude into what you guys are doing, okay? Why not the training preceding the actual game?
Sure.
Why not you do it in this big pitch? Do you understand? So that at the end of the day, people can transact or transfer that same energy, ability to run into the same game. So they don't feel very famished at the end of the day. He said, no, this is training, this is game. I say, no. And that's what happens when you move from being a governor to being a president. It's entirely different thing. You begin to control the fiscal policy of a nation.
Yeah.
You begin to control all index of a nation.
Economy.
Yes. You begin to control the currency in circulation. As a governor, you are not controlling this currency in circulation. You are just doing nothing. In short, you're always evasive when it comes to that.
Yeah.
You begin to control the entire security.
Yeah.
You begin to manage tribalism in a higher dimension. As religion. A lot of things that you have to deal with as a president of Nigeria in particular. So you realize that these things you need people to do them. The other day that Obi went to Indonesia, I think we talked about it, that we needed to know those he went with. We needed to know, those who are, because at the end of the day, you can't be in Asu Rock and at the same time be in Sambisa Forest. so you are going to work with people eventually. But I think he's doing better. There is Yusuf Tanko is now the head of official head of Obedience Movement. Yeah. So he's trying to get that involved. But his fluidity to move to another party might be the only way he will smell presidency. Only Labour can't do it. That's the truth.
I want you to just speak on Labour a little bit. Do you think they have a chance?
I've said it before that Labour doesn't have a chance because they don't have a structure. That is why in Abia State, when they are in charge, they could not win one single local government election. Out of the 9, the local government they have in Abia State, they didn't win one local government.
And the governor is from Labour.
And the government is a Labour person.
Well, the Labour Party, the Obedient Movement, and the Obi himself are the bone of contention in this politics that we see. They've formed the real opposition, especially Obi. But we are here, we'll be watching them. We'll be right back on News Inside.